And we're off. Jaden Gardner kicks out to Dylan Sims. Dylan Sims whacked around, ball goes out under the baseline. Jaden Gardner on the inbounds. Swings it in, Briggs Young. Young to Sims. Sims kicks down to the block. Gardner tries to make something out of it. To the corner, Cole Manley for three. Rebound, Johnson. David Johnson, the four-star New Mexico State commit, going to join Carlsbad's very own Jake Hall. Columbus Palmer, top of the key, with Gardner on him. Swings to Jones. Jones picks up his dribble, but finds a man down low, and that's going to be Nicola Whitchurch.
Yeah, Roy, we didn't really get to talk about before the game, but excited to be here on the mic with you. Excited for the college or high school basketball season, and this one is underway here.
Yeah, Francis Parker 7 and 8, 8 and 9, excuse me, facing off versus the 7 and 8 Lancers. It's going to be a steal there. Briggs with the turnover.
Yeah, Ryan, I think for Carlsbad, it's interesting. Coming off losing a lot of seniors last year, it's going to be interesting to see this year how they can replicate such a good season from last year with so much talent missing from last year.
100%. David Parker swings it. Jones. Jones, the lefty, back out to Whitchurch. Whitchurch to Palmer. Palmer defended by Young. Young picks up David Johnson. Clock's ticking down. David Johnson with the fadeaway. No good. Briggs Young moving the ball up the court. A lot of pressure here. Gardner to Young. Young to Mel. Mel in the corner. Fire off. That's going to be Jones with the board. Taking it all the way. And good for the bucket.
Roy, what's one thing you really want to see here tonight from Carlsbad?
We have to. I think we're running a 2-3 zone tonight for the Lancers, and I think the game plan going into talking to a couple players before this was we want to get the ball out of David and Ezekiel's hands, number 0. If you get it out of their hands, let the role players make the decisions. Kai Jones, though, being a role player, one of the better ones, but a charge there from Trent Mell. A heads-up play there on the fast break for the Lancers, slowing down momentum and gathering some for the Lancers. Lancers down 0-4, starting off in the first here. Sims to Young on the inbounds. Jones picking up Young full court. Kicks it to Mel, double teamed. Can't find anyone, it's gonna be a steal. Kai Jones going all the way, the lefty extends the lead to 6. Francis Parker on a 6-0 run here early versus the Lancers, and they have momentum with the full court trap going. Sims, though, is going to take it all the way, deflected by number 0. That's going to be Ezekiel Walker to Palmer all the way. Might need a timeout. Yes, it is. Coach Allard rattled off the jump, down 8-0. Not a good start from the Lancers. The Lancers knew Francis Parker had the talent and team and coaching around to make a run to start, but they didn't think it was going to be like that. That looked very pitiful, actually.
Yeah, that's a quick 8-0 start there for Francis Parker. And I think for the Lancers tonight, they're going to have to be able to hold the ball and not make bad turnovers like we've seen here in the first couple minutes. But I also want to see Trent Mell get hot tonight. We know he likes to shoot a lot, so I'm interested to see how this one goes for the Lancers.
Yeah.
But a tough 8-0 start.
Not many teams like to say it, but in a game like this, you really do need a lot of shots to fall. You know, you can't win a game going 35%, 40% from the field. You have to have one of the better days on the shooting percentage side of things. 100%. And that's what the Lancers need.
And for the Lancers, they've had a tough start to the season, so I think this is a big game for them, especially if they want to make an open division push here down the stretch of the season.
100%. Talking about that open division run, a big game like this is going to definitely do a lot into it. Say Trent Mell for 3, rims out. Board there offensively from Briggs Young. Briggs Young has a lot of space. Hezzy pull up, and it's good. The Lancers are on the board, 2-8. Briggs Young with the pull-up jumper right along the free throw line.
Yeah, also excited to see how Briggs Young does tonight. The Northwest Nazarene commit. Let's see if he has a big game here.
100%. Looks like the Lancer crowds into this one. 2-3 zone. Briggs Young causing pressure on Kai Jones. Kai Jones kicks it to Johnson, top of the key with Gardner on him. Takes it all the way, fade away. Good defense there from Jaden Gardner. on the 4-star. Big pass there.
That's the turnovers we're talking about. Self-inflicted turnovers.
100%. A little high there from Jaden Garner. Looked like he just needed to slow it down as Cole Manley subs out for the sophomore Braxton Rolfe, coming off an 18-point performance. I think it's his career high on varsity. Kai Jones facilitating up, swings it over to Taylor Johnson, back to Jones. Looking to attack, especially because they're in a 2-3 zone. Gonna have to find the ball at that front pivotal scene, especially around the free throw line, to create some havoc there. Ezekiel Walker kicks down to number 15. Dylan Sims drops a big body on him, shows his presence. Kai Jones, top of the key. David Johnson with the fadeaway, and that one's routine for the 4-star. Practice that every single day with his head coach, who is his outside trainer, multi-level select, Mason Biddle. Braxton Rolfe kicks to Trent Mell. I want Trent Mell to take a little bit more initiative into his hands, especially in one like this. You have to be able to find out who's going to be the guy in a game like this. And looks like Briggs Young tried to make his name for that role, but it's out. David Johnson recovers the ball. Now it's going to be a 2-on-4 here for Francis Parker. Gets Everin to jump. Good steal there behind the back there from Trent Mell. Makes Walker miss. Briggs Young takes it all the way to the baseline. That's going to be an and one on Kai Jones. Briggs Young goes up strong for a big and one. And now a chance to make it a 5-point game.
Yeah, I think tonight, right, the whole thing is taking smart shots, not just throwing up every shot we can get. And right there,
high
good
percentage
drive there by Briggs Young. The Lancers are down.
I agree. I think that demonstrates what the Lancers need to do all night. They need to attack.
100%.
They need to draw
Attack
fouls,
the rim.
and they need to give themselves opportunities to go make a bucket. Isaac Chapman subs in, the sophomore, for Dylan Sims, gives him a quick breather. 4-star David Johnson on the sophomore. That's just going to be an out-physical matchup, kind of 9 times out of 10, I feel. Just not a good pass there from Jaden Garner, but Trent Mell bails him out, kicks him. Travel
and that
there
was,
from
bro,
the
that was just
Lancers.
not the greatest drive there, really, from the get-go. I mean, a poor pass there from Jaden, lucky to get the ball back. But
Yeah,
I mean,
that
in
was,
the past,
that was not a good run there with the Lancers just had.
in the past couple of years, though, I feel like we've had that big guy down in the paint. This year, I feel like we're just missing that guy that's able to stop a guy like Tavon Austin.
And a lot of things, I think it's really big in college basketball today, but necessarily having a tall guy isn't going to reward you. You need a big guy.
Yeah,
you need
big
a guy
guy in the
that's
paint.
going to be, golly,
Like that.
Ezekiel Walker doing exactly what I just said, being a big presence. Briggs Young with the little Euro step, but not today. The senior guard, 6'3", 180 pounds, Ezekiel Walker, had to sit out last year, I believe, for half the season due to transfer rules, maybe the whole season, but I know it was a hefty amount of the duration of the year. But now he's back, making his presence known. Finds him in the corner, catch and shoot, and he's fouled by Trent Mell. Ezekiel Walker is going to go to the line for 3. Give you guys a little college football update. Indiana absolutely putting a massacre on the field.
You see that one coming tonight?
I actually did.
I
did.
I think it's Indiana's year.
I'm not a big Oregon guy. Being a
They already beat 'em once earlier in the
Washington
year.
Husky fan, and a lot of people came into this game saying you can't beat a team twice, or if you are, it's going to be a hard task at hand. But Indiana said, I don't know about that. Kirk Signetti and the Hoosiers going in there.
Pure domination.
And they're looking dominated. I actually heard the announcers, McElroy, even referenced 2019 LSU type status right now for the Hoosiers.
I mean, what do you think it shows about Dante Moore? You think he's staying
I
another
think
year?
that is the question at hand. Lots of people are saying, is Dante Moore, after this performance, draft
got the
ready?
talent.
He's got the talent, but is he draft ready, you know?
And another poor drive there from the Carlsbad Lancers.
But I'm just excited for this national championship next Monday in Miami.
Yeah, home field advantage.
Oh,
What a
wow.
game.
Never been done before in history
What do you got in that?
in college
Assuming
football
Indiana
playoffs.
obviously wins that. Indiana, Miami. in
I think it's
Hard
going to be
Rock.
tight. I want to say the hypothetical line's probably going to be Indiana -4,
I like that.
maybe -5. But I don't know. The way they're playing right now, I could see it as an easy -7-point favorites going into that. But Miami, I mean, they do it every year. I mean, they do it every game, this year. And that's showing the defense could really keep you in a game.
I mean, I think talent-wise, you got to give it to Miami. That
Oh,
boy, Malachi
yes.
Tony.
On
What a night
paper,
last night.
Miami does have a better roster, but Indiana
Indiana's the better
proves
coach
that
team.
Indiana proves that you don't need a great roster to win football games. Back to basketball now. Lancers down 10, ticking down with a minute left in this first quarter. Dylan Sims swings it to Briggs Young in the corner. Doesn't fall. But a good fight there from Chapman to keep the possession in the Lancers' favor. David Johnson subs back into this one. For number 15, that's going to be Devin Dubuis.
I want to see some of these
Gardner
good
to
looks.
Young. Young to Chapman. Chapman penetrates Gardner. Top of the key with Johnson defending him. Like he wants to make a move. Takes it all the way. Great defense there from Johnson, but finds Young in the corner. Great defense here from Francis Parker. Results in Briggs Young with a pretty forced pull up there, but that's all they could kind of get out of that possession. Whitchurch to Walker. Walker for 3.
Way down. I just feel like the Lancers so far are forcing a lot of shots here. When they do get a good open look, it's not really falling down for them.
Just looks like a lot of isolation basketball for the Lancers.
Yeah.
And when you look at Francis, Chapman good on the first. Briggs Young. David Johnson. The Lancers.
Up there for Carlsbad.
Lancers down 12 going into the second quarter.
Right, first quarter thoughts so far.
Well, I think we were expecting this on paper. If there was a hypothetical spread, I think the Lancers are coming to this at -14.5.
Yeah, pretty even game.
Yeah. I mean, if you have Carlsbad plus 14.5 right now, you're a little bit worried, especially going down 12. I bet the live lines, maybe Francis Parker minus 22.5.
Yeah, it just felt like the whole quarter that the Lancers have been themselves in tough positions there where they can't really capitalize, taking shots. They didn't really need to.
Looks like
Not really having any soft positions there.
looks like the Lancers are just they're getting out-visited.
Yeah, perfect way
Like,
to put in there.
Francis
right there.
Parker is going into the paint. They're putting some meat on their muscle into another man. Pause. And they're making their presence known.
Yeah, let's see if the Lancers can make any adjustments here headed into the second quarter as Francis Parker is up 18-6 over the Carlsbad Lancers.
Second quarter underway. Francis Parker leads this one 18-6. top of the key with Garner on him. Swings it over to Shirazi. First appearance in this one. David Johnson called for it at the top of the key. Shirazi for three. Boom! Francis Parker leads by 15 in this one early. A lot of pressure being forced on the defensive side as well, making the Lancers come across a lot of difficult shot opportunities. Good take there from Braxton Rolfe, doesn't fall. Ezekiel Walker with the board. Walker back atop, pump fake, kicks it back out to Shirazi. Shirazi wants it. Swings it back out to Walker. Walker to the middle. Shirazi again. Boom! Shirazi 2 for 2 in this one. Both three-pointers.
Francis Parker, what a start here from the three-point line. I don't think they've missed one yet.
Charge. Ezekiel Walker on Isaac Chapman. Wow. That was just gut-wrenching to the heart right there. You might have to close the book if you took Carlsbad plus 14 in this one. This one's getting out of hand quick. Palmer, top of the key, over to Shirazi. Shirazi wants it actually. He wants another big one. Kicks it down to David Johnson. David Johnson rotates it up to Shirazi from deep. No good. Hits the top. That's going to be a dead ball. Shirazi, a little bit of a heat check there. 2 for 2 from NBA range. Jaden Gardner getting picked up full court. Kicks it over to Rolfe, the sophomore. Rolfe down to Young. Young to the corner. Trent Mell for three. Needs this one. No good. Shirazi with the board. Shirazi pushing. David Johnson deflected out by Trent Mell.
Another good look there from Lancers that did not fall. I feel like we've seen a lot of those so far here in this one. Just haven't really seen any of them land.
David Johnson, double team, kicked out to Shirazi. Shirazi penetrates, pull up. It's gonna be no good, but the follow-up by David Johnson, the New Mexico State commit. Second effort bucket there. And the Lancers going coast to coast on it, trying to respond, and Jaden Gardner does. First basket there from the Lancers, I wanna say 5+ minutes, maybe more.
Yeah, that's the type of possession the Lancers need to get going here, especially down.
Lancers trail 18 with 5:30 left in this half. Shirazi to Palmer. Kicks it down to Ezekiel Walker and to David Johnson. David Johnson with the layup. And what a pass there from Walker. Great vision. Splitting up the 2-3. Might need to switch into man in the second half, because it looks like Francis Parker has got everything under control. It's going to be a tip on the ground there from Shirazi on Dylan Sims, but like I said, I think this 2-3 is starting to get cracked by Francis Parker the more this game goes on. They're just dicing and dealing on the offensive side of things. To Briggs Young. Lancers trail by 20, biggest deficit in this one tonight. Trent Young with the pivot. Kicks out to Jaden Gardner. Jaden Gardner, hezzy pull. It's gonna be a big one. The Lancers get to double digits. Big time three there from Jaden Gardner. Columbus Palmer, top of the key. Looks like Francis Parker. Solid fight there in that sequence. David Johnson looking for second effort bucket. Dylan Sims with the rebound. Jaden Gardner picked up full court by number 3. That's going to be Tyson Tominia. Jaden Gardner looking like he's having to take things into his own hands right now with the last 7 points.
Here.
Lancers on a 5-0 run. Columbus Palmer kicks it down. David Johnson with 3 on him. Briggs Young going to get the foul there on the ground on David Johnson. Yeah, like I said, in a 2-3 zone, if you can get to that middle line right by the free throw line and you have options from there. You can kick it out to the corner, kick it back up to the top, or find someone down by those blocks to get an easy layup, and that's what Francis Parker's doing very good at. They're just great passing right now.
Also, I think you said it earlier, it just looks like Francis Parker is out-physicaling Carlsbad so far here in this one, getting boards, making the shots they need to.
They look quicker.
Yeah, 100%.
Columbus Parker. David Johnson with the pull-up. That one's off. Oh, my God! Ezekiel Walker with the putback. Who said white boys can't jump?
Right as we say it, what a dunk there by Ezekiel Walker, putting that one down.
Oh, my.
And it looks like it's going to be a travel there on Trent Mell. But what a throwdown.
Hopefully we got that.
What's up, Carlsbad? My name is Courtney Clemens, and I'm here with the coach of the varsity boys basketball team. They're facing off against a very good team tonight called Francis Parker. So can you tell me what we're going to do on the offensive side of the ball today to secure the win?
Yeah, we're going to try to get the ball in transition a lot. We're going to try to run the floor, see if we can get some quick and easy ones, and then
Wow. Ezekiel Walker. Didn't know I was in for one of those tonight.
Kind of gave me flashbacks to Will Sanfrini's dunk a few years ago.
It did, Luke Schultz.
It looks like Jaden Garner is going to head to the line here as Carlsbad Lancers trail the Francis Parker Lancers 30-13 here.
Jaden Garner gets one to go. I'm in disbelief right now. I actually don't even understand what I just witnessed.
Yeah, interesting first half to start to
Wow.
this one.
Off the left, too. Put back Yam off the left. Francis Parker looks like
They
this
look
could
solid
be
so far.
dominating fashion. Trent Mell to the corner. Need this one to fall. No good. Trent Mell.
And it's going to be a foul on Braxton Rolfe here. Yeah, sloppy first half so far from the Carlsbad Lancers. The Lancers trail by 20 with 1:50 remaining here. Jaden Garner with the ball. He's going to take for himself. Pick up two right there. Braxton Rolfe right there for the three, cutting it to a 36-19 game with 1 minute here left to play here in the first half.
Columbus Parker down to David Johnson. Johnson down to Sadie.
And one.
Wow.
Clean half here from Francis Parker.
Not just clean,
wow.
excellent. Devin
Still, what a
Dubis
dunk.
with the and 1. Yeah.
Still a little bit in shock from that. You know who that kind of looked like? Cohen Carr, Michigan State. You know what I'm talking about?
It did, Luke.
It looks like Carlsbad's going to call timeout here. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Cohen Carr, the stud.
Yes, number 55, 50-inch vertical,
Yeah.
Michigan State. Come on now, I know ball. Lefty.
Speaking of college basketball, March Madness in a few months.
I'm
What
fired
time
up,
that's
and
gonna
we
be.
got great golf coming back. The golf
Yeah,
season coming
Masters,
back.
3 more months.
Major, oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I don't know if you've been keeping up with college basketball at all.
I
Michigan
have.
has been pretty good so far
You
this
know
year.
what
14-0.
looks sneaky? Not sneaky, because they're showing it. Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska ball.
Coming off a huge ranked win
Greatest
versus
start
MSU.
in their history. I believe
Yeah,
they're
AP
15-0.
top 10 team.
Yeah, college basketball. Excited.
Indiana down, 42 to 15 this one. Looks like Oregon just can't win the big ones. Look at that 0. It's not an O actually for Oregon. It's for 0 national championships.
Yeah, I wonder
Go
if they'll
Huskies.
ever be able to get it done.
I don't know. Looks like with all that money, still can't even come close. Full court trap. This ain't good. Heaves it down. Dylan Sims to Rolf. And 1.
Good save there by Braxton Rolfe. But another full court trap there.
Braxton Rolf with the hustle.
Like to see it out of the sophomore. Braxton Rolfe making both free throws here. 30 seconds remaining here in the first half as the Lancers trail 38 to 21 here.
Columbus Palmer. 10 seconds ticking down. It's going to be a legal screen there from Solis. Trent Mell subbing back into this one. Cole Manley. 7.1 seconds here in the half. Lancers trail 17.
See if the Lancers can get a last second bucket here.
Need one. Jaden Gardner, coast to coast all the way, Euro step. Can't get it to fall.
I think that's a good way to sum up the first half there, Roy. Good drive there by Jaden Gardner and does not finish that at the rim. But a really sloppy half there for the Carlsbad Lancers.
I actually don't even think Carlsbad playing that sloppy. I just think Francis
Parker's just playing better.
is they just have dudes. I mean, you don't see that much in high school hoop. Put back Gam with the opposite hand.
Yeah, with the left hand. Now, Roy, we have a live interview. We're going to take a little break here during halftime and send it down to Courtney there on the halftime show.
What's up, Carlsbad? My name is Courtney Clemens, and I'm here with the coach of the varsity boys basketball team. They're facing off against a very good team tonight called Francis Parker. So can you tell me what we're going to do on the offensive side of the ball today to secure the win?
Yeah, we're going to try to get the ball in transition a lot. We're going to try to run the floor, see if we can get some quick and easy ones, and then we're going to try to get paint touches in our half-court offense and see if we can kick it out to shooters and hopefully make a bunch of shots.
Awesome. And what do you think Francis Parker is going to try to do tonight on the offensive side, and what is our defense going to do to stop them?
Well, they're a very talented team. They got a couple really, really high-level players, so we're going to try to take those two guys away because they score a ton of points, and so we're going to do our best to limit them and then hopefully get rebounds and get transition the other way.
Yeah, sounds good. And the boys are coming off a win on Tuesday against Scripps Ranch, so what's their mindset going into tonight's game?
I think we're always confident coming into the game. We know that when we play really well, we can compete with anybody. So just confident, go out there and hopefully end up with more points than the other team.
Yeah, good luck tonight, Coach. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Roy back here, second half.
Yeah.
Tough start here for the Carlsbad Lancers here in the first half. See what they can do here. Down 17 points here. Any thoughts here in the second half?
I think the Lancers in this one need to start making shots. I told you at the very start, it's a game you're not going to be able to win off pure physical strength. You have to be able to connect.
Yeah, we saw that in the first half.
Yeah. And Francis Parker on the other side is connecting.
And they're making their shots when they need to.
100%. Jaden Gardner defended by Kai Jones. Kai Gardner swings over to Sims. Sims takes it all the way, spin move, back out to Gardner. Gardner, a little pump fake there, takes it all the way. Contested take there, Ezekiel Walker comes down with it. It's going to be a travel. Gardner now on the baseline, inbounding it. Lancers down 18 in this one. Briggs Young swings it to the top. Sims all the way, nice move there. He's totally hacked in the face, looking for a call, but none.
I think that was a lot.
A lot of contact there. Remains half. Lancers ball.
A good drive there by Dylan Sims, but you can't really get anything out of it.
Briggs Young back down to the block to Gardner. Gardner up. Good take there, and he'll go to the line for two. Jaden Gardner, 2 for 2 at the line there. Cuts this one down to a 16-point deficit. Ezekiel Walker to Palmer at the top of the key. Palmer calling a little bit of a set here. Palmer over to Walker. Walker feeds Johnson down low. Back up to Walker, finds Columbus Palmer. Columbus Palmer pushed down by Cole Manley, and that's going to be a blocking foul on the Lancers as Palmer drives in. Kai Jones inbounding this one. Kicks it up.
And
it's going to be another foul on Cole Manley. But actually, I don't give Cole Manley any shame for that foul. He was going up trying to make a play.
Going after the ball.
Looked like a DB there.
Yeah, the two-sport athlete.
Except he didn't turn around, so it was a PI technically. That's why they called the foul. Got to turn around. Got it. They always call it. Columbus Palmer, top of the key. Briggs Young picks him up. 2-3 zone for the Lancers. David Johnson swings it over to Jones. Jones down. Good deflection there from Young, and a good steal there from Dylan Sims. Trent Mell. A lot of momentum coming down. He's going to take it all the way. He swings to the corner, and Ezekiel Walker saw that one coming. Deflected out of bounds. Going to remain in Lancer
Roy
position.
Sit there when Cole Manley went up and got the foul. Speaking of, did you think that was a PI last night in the Miami game to end the game?
Can't call a PI if it's over 40 yards. I don't think you can.
In that situation, you don't think you can?
No. I think personally, Trinidad Chambliss is a guy, despite getting denied his 5th year, or his 6th year, excuse me, but no, not today. Trent Mell with the deflection and picks it up himself. Trent Mell taking it all the way, looking for a highlight. No, Cole Manley though, going up. He's going to go to the line for 2. Trent Mell with a great defensive effort there, the block and the steal. Takes it down the court, kicks it down to Manley, and Manley gets the line for 2. But back to what I was saying, Trinidad Chambliss got denied his 6th year from the NCAA, so you have to think he's going to declare, which people actually are overlooking. I actually do not think it is a bad move by Trinidad Chambliss, because I don't think I can name 4 quarterbacks better than him.
I mean, I think
draft stock wise, you got to go.
I think he's got it back. He's a redshirt sophomore. He's got 2 more years.
Yeah, I think Dante Moore, it's going to be really
But-
dicey because I bet before this, going into this game, he was 100% certain on declaring.
100%.
But I don't know.
Also,
There's
you
definitely a little bit of thought now.
You got to look at next year, probably one of the better QB classes. I mean, Notre Dame's got C.J. Carr, who could always go. Julian Sane could always go.
Arch Manning.
Be available next year. Brendan Sorsby, who just signed with
Yeah.
Texas Tech. So next year could be a little bit different, so maybe it's smart for him to maybe go this year.
100%.
But do you really want to go the Raiders second overall?
No, you don't. Reminds David Johnson there with the steal. We could see a big one. Big fella. Trent Mell says no easy buckets. I'm gonna send you the line.
Also, like to highlight, Cole Manley went over 200 free throws in 3 fouls, and the Lancers get nothing out of that possession right there.
Not good from Manley.
Not a great offensive possession there.
Manley has, if we're on 2K, Manley has the cold emoji down by his icon in the Gatorade symbol.
Yeah, the plus
Back to
minus.
what we were saying. What were we talking
We're talking about college football. We're talking about Dante Moore.
Well, I'm going back to the interception because we got
Oh,
off
yeah,
track.
we're talking about the PI in the back.
I think Trinidad Chambliss, as an experienced football player, on a Hail Mary, you can't throw back corner. You have to throw it in the middle where someone could tip it and make a play.
Yeah,
I didn't like that by him.
like what we've seen in the past.
Yes,
Don't leave it up to the refs there.
exactly.
Leave it up to one of your wide receivers to make a good play.
Lancers trail by 17 here. 5:30 left in this third quarter. Kai Jones with good defense and the steal. But Ezekiel Walker gives it right back to the Lancers. Young firing downhill. Kai Jones puts a body in front of him once again. Over to Trent Mell. Trent Mell slides down the baseline. Back out to the corner. Briggs Young. Briggs Young with the spin. No call there. It's going to stay Lancer ball as Briggs Young goes up for that one. Jaden Garner inbounding it. Trent Mell takes it all the way. Floater, no good. And it's going to be Cole Manley batting it out of bounds. Francis Parker possession. Tyson Tamina with the defense.
And it looks like Braxton Rolfe is going to sub into the game for Cole Manley.
5 second there from Francis Parker, and now the Lancers get the ball back.
I feel like
Pretty sloppy third quarter here from both teams.
I was just
Looking
trying to say, like,
who's
I
gonna
feel
catch
like every
fire.
time that Francis Parker makes a poor decision, the Lancers just give it right back to him.
Not capitalizing is what you're saying, but Braxton Rolfe goes up and just too much. No follow-up bucket there from Sims, but another third chance effort there from Jaden Garner. Does not fall, but he's going to be going to the line. As Tomina gets ready to sub in here for Francis Parker. Looks like Shirazi Jaden Gardner misses his first.
And Jaden Gardner is going to miss the second one, and Ezekiel Walker there with the rebound. Another 0 for 2 there, Roy, on the free throws.
And wow, Indiana just putting BTA on Oregon up 56 to 15. Holy mackerel.
I mean, we knew Indiana was good, but still,
I didn't know. I didn't
41
know.
points is pretty
I
impressive.
didn't know they were this good. This is nuts. This is unbelievable.
Was it?
Actually.
Would you say that?
I mean,
compare them
this
to
could,
LSU because
this could be this.
It could be.
I don't think regular season will come close to LSU, especially with their top 10 ranked opponents. With I think 3 top 5 matchups in the regular season. But when you get to playoffs right now,
They
Indiana
look
is making a
on
case.
par, maybe.
Making a case after dominating Alabama in the Rose Bowl, beating them by 30-plus points, and now up by 40 versus Oregon. That's a 70-point gap there in two college
Against
football
two
playoff
good college
games.
football teams.
Wow.
I think for LSU too, like it's hard to compare them when, I mean, the closest game they had was against that Alabama team that year, but still,
And
this
they
Indiana
still look
team
dominant in that
is
one.
special.
Yeah. Seems like maybe just a perfect script there for the quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, out of Columbus High School. He's going to be going to his hometown in Miami for the national championship, facing off against the Miami Hurricanes, and he wins the Heisman. He wins the Big Ten championship. He goes undefeated. He makes a name for the Hoosiers in Signetti, and he wins the Heisman. And if he wins a national championship and goes undefeated, his name's going to be in the history books. Briggs Young loses that one. It's going to stay.
Crazy. I mean, Roy, going 2 years ago, Indiana, one of the worst college football teams ever,
I
pretty
mean,
much.
the
And look at
lowest
what-
stock ever. And now they turn it around to the highest. And Signetti, I have no doubt that Hoosier program is going to be staying rolling.
Yeah, already making
Especially with
waves there
the
in
transfer portal. Now, and with Mark Cuban coming out and saying he's coming out and funding the Hoosiers NIL program or helping out a majority of it, when that just more smiles there from the Hoosiers as this Cinderella run continues.
And I mean, Signetti said it, he just wins, and we've seen that this year. That'd be 15-0.
Jaden Gardner with the bucket, and maybe one more. Columbus Parker weaves through the paint, rotates to the top of the key, swings it over number 3, back up to Palmer. Palmer calls for one. He's going to go baseline, finds nothing. A lot of dribbling, but now Taven Johnson's going to take it into his own hand and dishes it down to number 15. But it's going to be an in and out. Briggs Young's going to take it himself. Ezekiel Walker said not today, but that doesn't matter because Briggs Young is going to be going to the line for 2 possible ones.
Carlsbad's starting to finally put together some good drives there on the defensive side of the ball, having a good little third quarter here. And they're driving to the paint. They're causing fouls.
Yeah, a little bit of momentum, actually, the Lancers are picking up right now, especially if they make these two cut it to 11-point deficit.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a pretty poor game here from the Carlsbad Lancers, but still in reach somewhat. Only a 13-point game. Still a good amount of time left here.
Briggs Young connects on one. Lancers trail 28-40 as 3 minutes ticks down in this third quarter, approaching the fourth. Columbus Parker defended by Young. Calls for Walker to go to the corner, now swings baseline. Taven Johnson with the ISO at the top of the key, and it's a steal by Dylan Sims. Dylan Sims goes all the way. It's going to be a bad take there. But Columbus Parker does step out with that heel, so it is going to stay in Lancer ball. But Dylan Sims had a lot of space there. Two-on-one situation. Looks like he just got out of hand. Gardner to Young. Young back to Gardner. Finds good positioning down the paint. And a good left-hand layup rims out there. Ezekiel Walker with the contest. Gardner frustrated with that one. A routine left-hand layup to cut it to a 10-point.
Yeah, man, another good look there from Jaden Gardner, but for Dylan Sims there, getting a good turnover like that, you can't force
Need
those
to
shots.
execute.
Yeah, need to execute those. You can't force those shots.
Lancers, Jaden Gardner, going to be a foul. It's going to send Taven Johnson to the line for a 1-and-1. Looks like Jaden Gardner found a little bit of a hook on him. The Lancer crowd making a presence. Taven Johnson connects on the first one. Francis Parker leads by 13. Taven Johnson looking to make it a 14-point lead in this one. And he does. The four-star New Mexico State commit. Dylan Sims picked up full court. Whitchurch with the trap.
And it
Looks like it could have been a jump ball there, agreeing with Coach Biddle, but no, they're going to give it a foul on Whitchurch, and now they're going to send Young to the line for a 1-and-1. It actually might be bonus plus. Could get 2 guaranteed ones here. Young connects on the first. Briggs Young goes 2 for 2 at the line there. Makes it a 12-point game in this one. Ezekiel Walker kicks out to the corner. That's going to be Tomina. Tomina, not today. An extra fight there off David Johnson's face, and a great effort there from Briggs Young as momentum and crowd get involved into this one right now for the Lancers.
Yeah, you feel like everything has pretty much gone Francis Parker's way tonight. And
but now,
it's like Carlsbad
Lancers finally flipping a switch in the narrative in this third quarter.
They still have 2:12 remaining here in the third.
A much-needed bucket here on this possession. I think it would be huge. And Jaden Gardner not with the strongest attempt, but it's an extra fight effort, but no, rolls off his knee, and that's going to be Francis Parker's way. Still remains up 12 in this one in the late second half of this Friday night high school varsity basketball out-of-league game. Ezekiel Walker to Columbus Parker, top of the key. David Johnson and Whitchurch finding position. Whitchurch dishes down to David Johnson. That's going to be an and-1, and the fist bump goes along with it from Johnson. Francis Parker, great ball movement there from Parker to Whitchurch, and then kicking it down behind the back there to David Johnson for the and-1 opportunity.
Yeah, I feel like David Johnson, we haven't called his name too much tonight, but making a big play there. Francis Parker.
But I mean, we have called his name a lot on the assisting side of the game. I mean, looks like even though he can be such a great scorer with a lot of 30-plus
feel like on that topic, Roy, getting out physical is never a good thing in basketball, and tonight, it really showed. I feel like if they want to make any kind of push late in the season, got to get more physical in the paint.
Yeah, and I think they're going to have to also find a little bit of a what am I trying to say?
A little bit more of an edge.
No. I think they need to find a little bit more passion in their own playing style, because that's what I'm trying to say. In a lot of this game, they find themselves trying to adjust to how the other team's playing, but no, you have to claim your own identity in league basketball games. You know, you can't get forced up by the pressure or the noise or the atmosphere. You have to be able to settle down and run a play and go get a basket.
It just felt like they were always trying to match them.
100%, and they were out of rhythm.
Slow down the clock.
That's just not Carlsbad basketball. Carlsbad basketball is being gritty, diving on the floor, making something happen from nothing.
Yeah.
Chapman down low.
Couldn't have said that better right there.
Shirazi comes in, booms another. Saw him in the second quarter early. Haven't said his name in a while until now. But clocking, ticking down. 5 seconds in this one. Lancers kick out to the corner. No good, and this one is gonna be a final. Francis Parker takes this one home, 62-40. Looks like it was over from the jump, even though we don't like to say that much. As they start out on a 6-0 run, Francis Parker finds that rhythm towards the end of this one to close it out, and the Lancers fall short by 22. A lot to improve on going into a huge league game next week, the first league game of the year versus LCC Friday night at LCC after coming off a loss to them a couple weeks ago. The Lancers need to find a little bit of rhythm and identity in this basketball team if they want to turn ways in the season.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously you never want to see the team lose a game, but still got a lot of time left in the season, still have league coming up here, so I think the Lancers still have time to improve. And again, I said it earlier, it's a young team from last year. I mean, it didn't return a lot of starters, so it'll be interesting to see how this team kind of builds off it during the stretch. But Roy, it was great calling the game with you. Glad to be back here on the microphone with you.
Real quick, going into open, like I said, just want to say, I mean, these league games are really going to dictate if the Lancers can make a push and a pull into the open division race, especially with opponents like Torrey Pines, who are highly ranked preseason, that kind of were counting out this Lancer team without Jake Hall, the 3,000-point scorer, New Mexico State commit, who's now a starter and making his presence felt, averaging 14 points a game. Shout out to Jake Hall. But the Lancers, like I said, it's all about finding an identity, and right now they have to find an identity, who they are without Jake Hall, and who they're going to be for the rest of this season going into league basketball.
I like that.
And it all starts next Friday. It all starts. I mean, you have to shift your identity and who you go by, and that all is the persona and storyline for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Great time on the call with my man Luke Schultz from football season, from college game day. We're always dialed in, but now we will see you soon, ladies and gentlemen, as Indiana takes a big win tonight. And we got a couple great wild card games this weekend. I'm fired up. NFL, we got golf coming up soon.
Great time for sports.
Wow, great time for sports is right. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a great night. Happy New Year's. Merry belated Christmas, and we are out of here.